Hello, YouTube. Oh, orientation is locked. What does that mean? Please rotate device back. Oh, apparently I'm stuck. My phone only facing one particular way, which is not the way I want it. So that's really dumb. Thanks, YouTube. I'm here with this Brinly thing that we're going to build. It's a 10 cubic foot tow behind dump cart. So it actually dumps. You press a button and it dumps. So that's pretty fancy. And I'm here a lot using my cell phone, which is absolutely pathetic. So I apologize for that patheticness. Well, let's get this going, shall we? Yeah, I'm using a bag of charcoal to hold my microphone. And if I can come up with something better, soon I will, because a bag of charcoal is pretty pathetic, don't you think? I'll monitor my channel so I can actually chat with you guys. There we go. That's pretty cool. Now I can see all my friends here chatting with me on YouTube. So here it is. It's a 10 cubic foot poly dump cart that tows behind your trailer. Looks like the stream is lagging really bad. So I just want to check and see if that's the case. Oh, there it is. Yep, real bad. Real bad. I can't watch the stream. So let's get work. Let's get to work, shall we? If anyone can tell me if they can actually see the stream, that would be nice. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to adjust the settings on a piece of crap. It's Android junk. Don't ask me. I got it real cheap for a job that required Android, and I just use it now for music. So don't blame me for using Android, okay? Anyone knows how to find settings in Android, that would be awesome. Oh, got it. I want to see what my Wi-Fi is hooked up to. Boy, it's so unuser-friendly, huh? I'll only have Wi-Fi on or off, so I can't actually choose which Wi-Fi I connect to, or can I? Alright, got it. See if that works. Says I'm connected. Now, just find my way back to YouTube somehow. There you go. It's trying to sell me stuff. Yes. Ah, I can watch now. Now I have to figure out how to see chat. Alright, so here we go. Manuel de Proprietaire. Manual D proprietario. And then there's the actual manual, and then there's the actual kit. So this is what we're building, right? And we could have built this. That's like an add-on kit that goes onto it, which we don't have, so it's going to be this. And what's interesting is that it comes with this, all the accessories right there, like in sections. You see it? It's kind of cool. So we're going to build that. And if somebody wants to chat with me, that would be awesome. I'd love to see how that works. I have no clue how that works. I got it. I got it. That's awesome. Now I've just figured out how to chat on mobile. So it makes me really cool, and you guys probably less cool. Just so you know, don't tow this product behind a car or a truck. And you should always wear substantial footwear. I'm wearing socks. That's about as far as I ever get. So to start, step one says to turn it over. Hello, brother. Good to see you. I'm watching the stream on an Android phone. And you're right, you can hear me. On the Switch app, I could barely hear myself. So it's really weird. It's not terribly loud. I don't hear myself like super duper, but I hear myself. So it wants us to turn upside down, which I'm going to do right now. These tires are awesome. These are 15 by 6 tires. Really, really big, fat, beefy tires. Get a little bit of tread on this. So not cheap junk. Not cheap junk. Big, fat, beefy tires. Real inflatable tires. You can see the nozzle right there. And lubrication for lubricating the axle, so that's nice. And for lubricating me, I got some coffee right here. Very important. Speaking of me, I think I'm chopping my head off. That's not very nice. That's what you get for filming with a phone. Never recommended. This is the first piece we're going to install, this big old sucker right here. But we have to get the cart upside down before we can do that. This is the axle right there. Fancy, fancy. And let's flip it over. I'm thinking that I don't want to ruin it. So I'm going to put something underneath it. I'm thinking the original box cover. Right there. Original box cover. And then put this upside down on top of it. Pretty cool. That should do. These bags are really annoying. Let's get them out of your way. What do you think? All right. So step one just shows really awful drawing with parts number 10, 9, 8, and 7. This is really cool because you can just go right here. And I'm assuming those parts are numbered. Step one. Okay. Looks like a lot of fun. That should be panel 1 right there. I don't know if you can see them. That's it. Those are all the pieces that are shown in these awesome directions. Get a load of that. Super. prepare my workspace well enough. I just, press go live and that's it. What I should have done is prepared my workspace first to make sure I have proper room to work and whatnot, which is something I did not do. But those of you who know me shouldn't be terribly surprised by that. Oh, there you go. Now I got room. So let's do it. Alright, step one. This is the front right here. We're going to put this thing like that. I think it's the same on both sides, so I don't think it matters which side it goes, but it's going to line up with holes. Yeah, there it is, lined up with the holes. Fancy schmancy, how about that? This is where the tires are going to go. The best part is that it actually wants you to put the bolts in from underneath. So it's going to be bolt, it's going to be the bolt, the nut, bolt, the washer I should say, the lock washer, and then the nut. So let's do the four corners first just to secure this thing in place. We'll actually start by doing two corners. I'm just pulling out these pieces from the little pop-out thing here. Not as easy as it sounds. Okay. So it wants a lock washer and then the nut above the thing, and then the regular washer and the bolt below. It's just not clear if it wants it below the whole unit, if it wants the actual washer below the whole unit, or between the unit and this. I'm guessing that between doesn't make any sense, right? This cardboard stuff does a better job of holding the stuff in than you'd think. Oh, you can give it like a push. Oh, that's fancy. That's fancy. How about that? Just gonna push it through. So now I get to spend like an extra half an hour pushing this crap through. Because why the heck not, right? So first things first, couple these bolts out so I can just get this thing to stay in place. Especially because I apparently need to tilt it, which that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do that. Oh my god. Punching these things out is going to suck. So there you have it. It's going to be this, and then the nut. And then the bolt and the washer. So bolt, washer. Here goes. Probably gonna drop the mic just so you guys know. Where is it? Okay, so the washer and the bolt, washer and the nut, washer and the bolt, sorry, lock washer and the nut. Okay, there's one. I guess that's correct. I guess the washer goes under the bolt, right? So now we're going to do another one. that order, but on the other corner, so the thing will stay put more easily. So bolt and washer underneath, then lock and nut above. You can't listen to no music because YouTube will flag me. So you guys get free peeks every so often at my butt instead. That's pretty good entertainment value in place of music. I would think that's fair, don't you think? Let's get this thing going. Now I can lift this up without it falling, because there's at least one in it. But it could pivot. So to stop it from pivoting, I'm going to do the opposite corner. Right now it could pivot on that first bolt. So by doing each corner, that's not going to happen. Oh. But don't put it down until you actually secure the nut, because then the screw will just fall right out. Intelligent people know this already. And then there's me. I run a video gaming channel, so how intelligent can I be? Alright, we'll tighten these afterwards. Not terribly interested in tightening them all right now. But this is kind of tough. This would be a lot easier with two people. Because of the fact that it's hard to reach underneath this thing due to the lovely walls. It is a cart after all, it has walls. Next, how do you do these middle ones? You gotta be like a monkey. Go like this, and then reach there. Oh, did you hear that? The painful sound of my lock washer falling. The agony, the suffering. There we got a new one. All right. Next. Forgot, they're not loose. They're inside this cardboard doohickey. Middle ones are tough to reach. You gotta have long arms. The outside ones though, they're much easier. Somebody's watching. Just repeating, I mean, just over and over again. Super boring. Super boring. Kind of fun to be live on this channel. This channel gets a lot of traffic, and I never got to really talk to any of you guys live. So it's pretty neat to be able to do that, but I don't know if any of you will actually come. Hang out with me live or not. Two more middle ones. That might be easier to stand it up to do these, because you can actually stand up and not have to crouch down and want to kill yourself, because doing it sideways was kind of uncomfortable. This way, a lot easier, yes. The plastic hole is a little bit rugged, which is kind of good because it makes the bolt stay put a little bit, which is nice. It's not like the bolt's constantly trying to fall out, which would be a huge pain. You hear those crunchy sounds? That's the box. It sounds, God, it sounds awful. So, just doing a washer in the bolt, right? Putting a washer over the bolt. And feeding it through here. Then putting the lock washer over the bolt. And putting a nut on it. I'm putting a little pressure on the other side so when I screw it, it doesn't fall off or just turn the actual bolt, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to tighten these after. There's only one left. Fancy. Oh boy, that's tougher to reach though. But nonetheless, we won't get it done. And the flathead. I would like to talk to whoever invented the flathead screw. I'm not sure that they are worthy of life. I don't know that they are. Someone should probably have a discussion with them about their value as a human being for creating the flathead screwdriver. So that's step one. And you can see it's, I didn't tighten anything. So let's get something to tighten it right now. Of course, the neighbor started mowing the lawn right now. While I'm doing my video, they decided that the lawn absolutely needed to be mowed. It was completely and totally necessary. The lawn must be mowed right now. So I thank them very much for that. I'm sure it's helping my sound. I'm gonna tighten this. I'm not sure what size. 5/16. What size is that? 5/16. That's a 3/8. A 3/8, not a 5/16. 3/8 again. 3/8 again. I have a lot of 3/8. I need 5/16. So I'm gonna get that. Don't all you watchers be impatient now, none of you. Number 10. Let's look together, shall we? Let's it together for 5/16. That may work. It's a 13mm. I'm gonna use an adapter and a electric screwdriver. And you see what's going to happen. The screw, of course, by the way, of course, is going to turn. So you need someone to hold a flathead screwdriver for you while you tighten it. I don't have anybody because I am a loser. There's absolutely no friends whatsoever to help me with any project, so I'm using a long crowbar. Alright, and what you're hearing there is the screwdriver reaching its maximum strength according to the setting I have it on, so that it won't strip the screw. That's the idea. So when it gets too tight, it slips, kind of like a torque wrench. But a long flathead screwdriver would be a better choice. So I'm going to get it out right this very moment and do it. I'm also taking the extender arm off the screwdriver because my arms are only so long. So I'll do this next one by putting the screwdriver in it and doing a balancing act. If you have a partner that can tighten this for you, it would make a lot more sense. Someone who can actually hold the screwdriver in place while you tighten the bolt. I don't have that, so I'm doing it like this. Since this is live, you get to watch all the fun. It seems to be slipping earlier than I want. So hopefully my screwdriver didn't just break on me, because that would make me a tad sad. And who wants me to be sad? I mean, do you? Nobody wants me to be sad. This is a breaker bar. You want power to break loose or to tighten. A breaker bar will do it. And what's nice is the handle's super long, so you can grab it from various places, like where I'm at right now, where I can barely reach, and I can tighten. Amazingly, my mic is actually sitting in the groove of this cart. So yeah, lots of juice. Lots of tightening juice with this breaker bar. It's typically traditionally used for breaking a stuck bolt loose. I'm using it to tighten, and it's working just fine. I may actually have to tighten more off camera with some help later on. But for now, I'm doing this very challenging tightening situation. And it's working out. Because my electric screwdriver did not tighten enough. Not even close, actually. Not even close. I'll move to the front. It's a little too hard to do it from the back. That's what she said. So you can either hold the bolt and tighten the screw, or hold the screw and tighten the bolt. It's whatever works for you. I'm doing a little bit of both. So just holding the screw in place and turning the breaker bar. Or you can hold the bolt in place and turn the screw. Whatever works. That's what you do. You do whatever works. Because the breaker bar is so long, the screw driver is so long, I'm able to get away with this. The power screwdriver that has controlled strength would do better. Mine, my beloved DeWalt that I use like every day, just apparently right now this very second, started acting funny. So, not sure what's going on there. Oh, this thing's getting kind of heavy. Touch heavy, this thing. I want to make sure these are firm because this is where the axle is going to be. This is where the wheel is going to be attached to. So you want it to be firm, or else it's just going to rattle loose, or it's going to break something. You don't want this thing rocking and rolling on the axle. You want it secure as can be. And once the wheels and such are on, getting in this position to tighten everything, it's going to be kind of hard. So doing it now is the time you want to do it. Alright, I got a lot more tightness out of that this time. No watchers. I got no watchers for my live stream on this channel, my first live stream on this channel. That makes me sad. That's okay. Some of you guys will probably come check this out afterwards. Hopefully. If I screw it snug, I'm going to use the breaker bar to then do the rest. I could use obviously a ratchet, which you should. You should use a ratchet. I'm just using whatever's quick and easy to get my hands on since I'm live. And the pressure's on. If it was a star screw or a Phillips even, it would be much easier to tighten these because it's hard to get enough pressure against the screw to keep the screw from turning when you tighten the knot. Or if it was a bolt. But I think that's it. I think it's tight. I think it's all tight and we're good. So we want to step 2. Well, good, your guys are in luck. Step 2 is right here in front. This guy right there. We're going to do it's interesting because it's adjustable. It's definitely adjustable. You can see it's a slot rather than a hole. I don't know where they want it because in the actual diagram, they show a hole. And it's going to be the same assortment of screws. So when this says panel 1, they mean page 1. That's what they mean. That's why it says it doesn't fit up with step 1 and step 2. It's page 1. These are all the stuff for page 1. That's why there's extra extra bolts, but I need 2 more. Panel 2? No, it means panel 1, panel 2. Oversized washer? No. What are these oversized washers for? Doesn't show them. These oversized washers being used. So I've got these oversized washers here, but they don't appear to be used. Oh, it's only for a specific card. There's a little notation next to it that we won't be using the oversized washer. Thanks for the confusion. So we're building this the same way we just built the other piece. Yep, here goes. Again, it's interesting though because it's a slot instead of a hole. I'd like to thank my neighbor for mowing his lawn right this second. So I guess that's kind of ironic, being that we are building a tractor, outdoor pull cart for a tractor. So maybe it's like a soundtrack. It's like the theme or something. Lock and nut. But it would be much better if the soundtrack was my voice and not him. So this is the same as before. It's the bolt. Washer, and then it's the lock washer. I almost want to put the big washer on top of this too though. Almost. It's kind of tempting. Not terribly thrilled with the way this is fitting. The lock washer seems kind of small. For the size of this slot or hole. See what happens. We'll see what I think once it's on, and then I might consider putting a bigger washer on this back side. All right, there you go. So I missed. Why don't you guys tell me that I missed the hole, huh? Missed. How do I miss? How do I miss? And how does the nut go all the way over there? Okay. Now we gotta tighten. I had an actual wrench that fit. there. Would make my life so much easier. Well, that might actually work. This is 1/2 inch I'm using. You're going to want to tighten this with a ratchet. Breaker bar, but this socket will work. It's a 1/2 inch I'm using, so it's compatible with this size nut. You want to make this nice and tight. I believe this is the locking mechanism that dumps it. What's interesting is it's on a slot. It's on a slot, not a hole. So I don't know if I need to bring the whole thing forward, you know, like forward, bring the whole thing forward and tighten it, or bring the whole thing back and tighten it. That's what I'm not sure. So we're going to actually start. I'm going to loosen up and I'm going to bring it all forward to start. Right, so it's going to be all forward, all the way up. That way, I can adjust evenly. If it's not right, I can adjust both sides evenly because they're both starting in the same place. Both full forward now. Step 3. How exciting. It's the tow bar. Oh boy, that looks like fun. Tow bar and the foot pedals. Holy crap. Let me, I need to take a close look at this and do it correctly. Because this is what we're building. That. And then that. Oh, there's a crisis. My coffee fell. Okay. Never let your coffee fall. Never let your coffee fall. Terrible idea. Never a good idea. So we're building this thing. That's what we're doing. I want the slot on to be in the direction of the picture, which is this. This is the direction of the picture. Can this lawnmower guy please stop mowing your lawn? Hi, welcome to Building Shit with Greg Sorrenzio. I'm your man. The building stuff. Exactly to manual specifications. Exactly 100% as officially done in the same way that Bob Vila would build something. That's what we're doing today. Welcome to my kick-ass, hopping, amazing construction live stream. That's so awesome. That's the wrong page. No wonder why I'm confused. That's the right page. This is what we're doing right here. So we're going to do this. And this is, by the way, job best for two. It's kind of difficult by myself. So step 3, panel 3 as this thing calls it. Panel 3. Really super complicated and not terribly easy to understand. It's going to be the foot pedal that allows you to dump the... Can you actually hear me? Because I can't tell if you can hear me. I was watching the stream on the Switch, but the Switch had some trouble. Like the sound on the Switch YouTube app is super quiet. I couldn't hear anything. Couldn't hear a darn thing at all. So I have a Sony microphone sitting right here, and I'm using that, my Sony microphone. It's set to 90 degree. I don't know what's better, 90 degree or 120 degree. That's 120 degree right there, in case you were wondering, and in case your life was lacking in any particular kind of meaning prior to that. So that's 120, and this is back to 90. This is the foot pedal. The directions absolutely suck. They're acting as if this spring is a second step and not part of the whole foot pedal step. And well, that's a lie. There's also a nut. Can't get out. I'm bored over here. I accidentally started the stream in the wrong channel, and then I switched to the correct channel. So here I am streaming with a cell phone. I mean, if that's not top quality, I don't know what is. Oh, so I guess you can't tell me which sounded better, this 90 degree or this 120 degree back to this 90 degree, but that's okay. You go walk a dog. Walk the doggy. So, yeah, foot pedal coming up. Ready? Like this. And the foot pedal goes through. Like so. See? Like that. And this bolt goes through the foot pedal, and you're going to put this screw inside the foot pedal with the grippy part facing the foot pedal. So I doubt you can actually see it on my crappy iPhone, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to screw this in like this. Oh, I forgot I can actually watch my stream. I can't believe it. I'm watching the chat on the phone to my right so I can talk to you guys, while totally forgetting that there's video there too, so I can actually see the stream. So it's going to go like that, right? So let me get that actually screwed on enough. I was about to say I'm going to do it, carefully so the foot pedal doesn't fall. And the foot pedal fell. So I would push the bolt all the way through. That's what I would do. Push the bolt all the way through. Okay? What happened? So push the bolt all the way through. That way you can get an idea of where this is, because you want it to be inside of the slot where the foot pedal goes. Mine is like just shy of that, and oddly enough it won't tighten anymore. It's a little stuck. I got it, okay. All stuck. I got it. Good. Now, keep in mind the foot pedal will not go back on. The foot pedal won't go back on. So you have to screw it in with it through the foot pedal. It's again one of those jobs that's just best for two people. So there you go. Through. Then you can continue screwing through. Not too far because you got to put the next bolt on as well. Okay, so it's sandwiched together like that. Can you see it? It's going to be like that. What an incredible pain though. Now I'm just holding the outer bolt so it screws into the inner bolt. I strongly suggest doing this with a partner. If you screw the inner bolt in too much, you won't be able to get it through the second hole, which is what I just did. So the key is getting the second bolt correct, and then the inner bolt can be tightened after. So there you have it. That's what it looks like. And the key is getting, this one can be like loose, but get this one correct, then screw this one into it. And then you should be able to go up and down. And then you're going to put the final bolt here on the outside. Just amazing that this guy has to mow and weed whack right now while I'm doing my first ever live stream in my newly cleaned garage that I worked really hard on, so that I'm able to do stuff like this. It's actually been a multi-year project. Yes, you heard that right. It's been a multi-year project. Get this garage in a usable condition. The lock nut goes here. What size bolts are those? They're not the same size? Those are bigger? Pretty big. Let's see what size they are, because the manual has a rip, so it's hard to see what it actually is. I currently have what's on here right now? 9/16. I've got 9/16 on here right now. Again, use a ratchet. Don't use what I'm using. 3/16. Just to make my life a lot easier. Use this one to hold it in place, and this one to tighten. It's interesting because if you have the middle ones kind of too tight, you'll notice that it's hard to get this last outer one tight. Good enough. I'm not really sure. No, I'm going to go all the way. I want this outer bolt here to be tight. Tight. What I did is I loosened the inner bolts. Okay? Loosen the inner bolts so that I can tighten the outer bolt, because the outer bolt's what pulls the actual whole bolt through the hole. So if the inner bolts are already together, you'll notice that the outer bolt can't be tightened because it can no longer pull the bolt through. If that makes any sense to you. I'm going to show you what I mean in a moment. I'm using a slip wrench to tighten this. So I'm taking this, it's angled. You can use a regular wrench, and I'm putting it over the bolt, and then sliding it over the nut, and tightening it onto the actual foot lever itself, so it's tight. There you have it. So, there it is. So keep these loose so they're out a little bit, right? And then when you tighten this outer bolt right here, it's going to pull this whole bolt through until it's flush on this side, and then the bolt's flush on this side. So both sides are flush. Then you bring these together and then tighten them up, and you've got yourself your foot switch. So hopefully you can hear what I just said, because the guy was weed whacking his lawn, of course. I basically said to keep these center ones a little bit loose, and then tighten the outer one so it pulls the bolt flush on the back side, and then tighten this one till this one's flush, then bring these two together in the middle and tighten them. Okay, so they're like being tightened last. And now it's time to attach the spring. Looks like the spring goes in inside this little hole on the latch, and then this little hole in the bar. Now the spring only fits one way, it appears. So you should probably use I guess pliers for that. Screwdriver to kind of pry it out and get it on. So let's see how that goes. I don't want to lose an eye here. This looks like not a ton of fun. I'm going to go inside the actual button first, the actual foot button first, and then stretch it into the other hole. It'll go much more easily. So we're going to on here first, and I'm going to stretch it and latch it. That was close. Got it. So there you go. There it is. It's just in this little hole here, in this little hole there, right? And there's your foot pedal. I need to get an extension cable for this mic, which I do have. All right, we're going to go to step 5. It's putting on the actual latch for, oops, excuse me, the actual latch for towing. Let's turn this around. So it's going to go like this, and then you put your pin through here onto your trailer. There you go. So it's going to be the pin, and that locks the pin in place. And this is the hardware we're going to use. Very similar to the hardware we've been using, but they kindly have it all separated, so you're only breaking stuff out as you need it. So this one's the locking pin underneath this time, which, yeah, since we're not using washers, or are we? No, we're not, just lock nuts, that's it. I'm just punching them out first. So there's your one lock nut. There's your 2 lock nut. I'll say no washer, just straight up bolt, which is interesting because this is a very important part. This is where it connects to your tractor, where all your initial strength comes from. And there's no washer up top here or lock nut or anything, but they're the engineers, they designed this, and we're going to go ahead and accept their choices. One thing I'm really concerned about is this section here. You might call that it's a slot instead of a hole. So it's adjustable up to like almost half an inch maybe. And I went forward. I could have went back, going middle. I went forward, and I don't know. The manual has no words, just drawings, just pictures. No words at all. So I'm curious if it needs to be back or forward or adjusted in any way. I'm really concerned because I don't feel like taking it apart. Now these are going to grab and I'll be able to tighten without the screwdriver. Okay? I'm also thinking that I should be able to tighten these other ones without the screwdriver as well once they grab in a little bit better. But because it's a washer, not like a lock nut, it doesn't really grab very well. So it kind of keeps on turning. But I mean, this is solid. So there it is. There it is. Let's put the pin through. Shall we? Punch it out. Oh, they finally stopped mowing and weed whacking their lawns. There's they're here. Okay, this goes just almost like a cotter pin. Okay, and what we're gonna do is slide this through. Okay, and then take this and push the flat side into the hole. It's just like in bed, right? Same thing. Just be gentle, and it'll pop right in. You don't have to force it. You want to stab yourself at the end of this thing. Just be gentle and remove pressure, and it'll go. So that's that. That's in. Okay. That's your hitch pin. Now is the fun. We need to attach this to the trailer here, and we have to put the tires together. Hilariously, it happens all at once apparently. So you ready? This goes right here. And it does not match up. Really important. This section here is really important, and again, curious if it's going to need any adjusting, be more forward or backward. We're going to find out now because I'm about to put the axle through the hole. There goes the axle. That's not going to work. There's a rubber cap. Take the rubber cap off and slide it through nice. Awesome. There you have it. So there is the axle. I'm going to put the retaining ring clips on, the bushings, and the tires. That's going to be really cool. I'm just not sure that my video is actually still playing. All I see is chat. I hear myself, but I don't see any video. This thing's still running? What happened? I'm locked up. There's no video.